The Third Side of the Coin, brought to you by Excalibur Coaching and Consulting.
After doing the meditation or breathing exercise, if somebody's mind does not accept meditation, and there's still a thought that's circling in your mind, sometimes they're just so persuasive, trying to convince us that we need to be anxious and worry. Just think about one of those thoughts. You don't have to tell me what they are, just acknowledge that, yes, I'm thinking of that circling thought that's bothering me, potentially not leaving me. You got it?
Yep.
Okay. So one way to do that, and this is a cognitive behavior therapy, which is quite a simplified way of putting it. One of the techniques that I use with a lot of my clients, and actually it helped me, is called thought policing. So one of the ways you can do it is to identify that specific thought and then put it to the test, asking specific questions. So let me ask you a few questions and respond to me, just keeping in mind that thought, okay? So right now, that thought is swirling through your mind. It's not leaving you alone. It's creating stress and anxiety. So Tim, what is the evidence for this thought?
My goodness. Not my goodness, but it's like none.
Okay.
Yeah, what's interesting is it brings the clarity of you're mixing up the consequences. I can't explain that. It's there's no direct cause, but you're inferring from other things that is the cause. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it makes sense to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after you establish, like you said, and of course you can take longer than that, to think through and talk it through. It's always best to talk it with somebody, but you certainly can do it on your own. Then ask yourself, what is the evidence against it?
A lot.
Right. And again, we're trying not to get into the confidential point of your mind and this thought, but question that, because it brings, and we're talking about the third side of the coin. There's always another side to the truth, to the evidence and such. Another type of question that you can follow up, if you can't necessarily determine that evidence, you can ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or on feelings? Then you can go and dive in even a bit deeper, and you can ask, is this thought black and white when reality is more complicated? And I think you actually started addressing that, Tim, right? When you said, yeah, there's more to it.
Yes. It's that's a very neat process.
It actually challenges you to start looking at it from a different perspective. You can ask yourself, could I be misinterpreting the evidence, or am I making any assumptions? Another way to shift, because sometimes when you start with questioning the facts and the evidence for a certain thought that is creating a lot of anxiety, is just take another person's perspective too. Might other people have different interpretations of the same situation, and what are they? Because you want to become your best friend. So what would you tell your best friend if they had that same thought? So you want to, in a way, bring other people into that thinking process if it's really stressing you out so much. And there are many other questions. They're called Socratic questions, and they're really opening up your view on how you can challenge your beliefs, those core beliefs. Because some of those beliefs from the time you were 7 years old are no longer true.
Yes.
And I think it takes commitment Just like with our
Yes.
breathing exercises, it's commitment, because having a couple of good techniques that you've learned about and not doing anything about it, to whether it's reduce stress and then unleash creativity or come up with some innovative ideas, it's really going to be of no good use, right?
That's correct. Yeah, creativity is the antithesis or the opposite of fear.
Mm.
So when you have fear, and you talked about fear at the beginning of part one, the fear will prevent you from becoming creative. And your Socratic questioning allows you to strip away or peel away the perceived fear.
If you enjoyed our discussion, please like and comment below. Subscribe to our channel, The Third Side of the Coin, to learn more about executive leadership and career coaching, mindfulness and meditation. Please comment, reach out to us either on the website excaliburcoaching.com or find us on LinkedIn.